promised Nick I would make my remarks brief. He said, don't make a big production out of it. I'm not really that important, but we all love him dearly. I am indeed pleased to welcome our other honored guest, Mick Billmeyer. Mick is truly an example of a local boy who made good. He went on to various phases of his career with different teams and different levels of the majors and minor leagues. But I think his major accomplishment is his present job as the bullpen coach for the Philadelphia Phillies. And I'm sure he had a small role, not a major role, in the fact that they've made 5 consecutive appearances in the playoffs. So without any further ado, you didn't come here to hear me.
I did.
I'm not used to working without a teleprompter and the Secret Service. So without any further ado, we're going to bring Mick on, and he's going to tell you a little more about what he's done.
Well, I didn't want to come up here and talk about myself, but I will tell you an Ears McNeil story. Because, you know, Ears and the old Orioles, not that you're old, Ears, but the Orioles, the old-time Orioles, I learned a lot of baseball from those guys, and I used to sit and listen to everything. Pitching, catching, outfield play, infield play, I listened to everything. I probably listened to too much. Of course, I struggled for 10 years in the minor leagues. But I feel like it paid off mentally. I learned a lot of the game. There's a lot more than you really know in this game. But one night, I want to tell you about Ears, because one night he was coaching first base, and there was a pitcher that pitched for several clubs in the big leagues, the Yankees being one of them. So anytime you hit a ball off I always hit the Yankees too. I could be awful, but I could hit the Yankees. During the minor leagues, we were playing a team, the Cubs team, and they had this kid, big right-hander, and I hit one before. They moved the plate back 25 feet there during the time I was with the Suns. And they didn't have the fence inside of the fence. It was a big ballpark, bigger than Camden Yards, bigger than Memorial Stadium. Ears will tell you. So out there in right center with the flagpole, I hit one night, you know, one of them was hot and humid, and boom, and I said, yeah, Daddy. I started running, and Ears goes, attaboy, touch them all, and he gives me a high five, like right there, attaboy, and I'm trotting around. It hit the top of the wall in the corner, comes back, and there was a little outfielder named Doug DeCenzo, good outfielder, played in the big leagues. He gets, and all of a sudden I see it, I start running like hell to third base, you know, just beat the throw. So I get in the dugout, and the manager that year was Bob Molinaro, feisty guy, yelling at you, hollering, Ears will tell you, he's nuts. He came in the dugout, and I didn't score that inning. It should have been, the way it was hit, and the way the ball, I should have been around it. You're supposed to run hard, you know. Well, I was trying to look, I didn't hit too many, so I was looking at that one. Anyhow, I came in there, we get in the dugout, and Molly, he's going, what the hell, what? You got to score on that ball. Anyhow, I get in there, and he yells at Ears. And he said, what happened? He said, must have hit an air pocket, Daddy. And Ears was giving me a high five, and we celebrated too early. But it might have been the hardest ball I hit all year, to be honest with you. Playing for the Hagerstown Suns was a lot of fun. I was kind of come in here probably before I was ready to come in here. I had a back injury. My rookie year, I had a heck of a start. Came in here. I think they brought me in here maybe to bring some more fans out, maybe because I was local. But I came in here and sat behind 2 catchers, both who caught in the major leagues, and both were pretty good catchers. Although I did hit more homers than they did. But that's not the point. But anyhow, I learned a lot that year, and then had some struggles. Ended up bouncing around Texas Rangers, California Angels, and then I feel like I'm a better coach than I was a player. But the point is, you can learn. You don't have to be a great player to be a good coach. There's a lot of guys that are good coaches, Jim Leland's, Earl Weaver, Lasorda, not great players, but pretty good coaches and managers. They've been great managers, I've never managed, but you should keep your ears open at all times. You never know what can happen.
Local guy, when you came back here the times that you played for the Suns, did you find it good or bad? I mean, people come up to you in the grocery store and tell you what a bad night you had, or?
No, my mother did that. I tell you, it was good to come here, but then again, I was a better player away from here, to be honest with you. It was a little tough because you're going to try to impress people. You know, I thought I was a late bloomer, mentally and physically. I was 180 pounds. I was a skinny guy, and I come in here and I had a great year. When I first started in Bluefield, I tore the league up. I was leading the league in RBIs, home runs, everything. And then I got hurt. I got hit in the back with a pitch, cracked 2 bones in my back, and I got hurt. And then next year I come back there, you feel like you need to be a home run hitter and all that. And I kind of got lost in the hoopla a little bit, So I felt pressure like that. And then sitting the bench there a little bit, it made it a little tougher. You don't want to sit the bench in your hometown anywhere. I wasn't used to that, But it was a good time. And I lived at home, which was nice. But my mother, she said, "Why do you keep swinging at that pitch?" I chased shit in the dirt, and she's constantly on it. The old man backed off of me because he was tough, But I started swinging stuff in the dirt. My mother was on me. I was getting it from all angles. All right. What do you think?